So let's do an example multiplying decimals. Suppose we have this. Now, it's customary and it's easier to put the decimal with the most digits on top and the one with the fewer digits on the bottom. We're going to do this using the vertical approach. And also, when multiplying decimals, we don't align the decimal points. Now, when we add and subtract, we align the decimal point. So if we were to add these two numbers, we would do this. And then these two blank spots, put in some zeros, and that would be it. But for multiplication, we don't do that. Multiplication, we align on the right side. And what we're going to do is multiply as if we're multiplying 124 and 5. So 5 times 4 is 20. So I'll put the 0, carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And that's it. You don't really need to multiply 5 and 0. You would just get 0 here. And then when you have a 0 in front of a number like this, you can always remove it. It doesn't really count for anything. So we'll stick with 620. Now the number of spaces, and I'll cross those out since we're done using them. This has 3 spaces, and I'm abbreviating space as SP. This has 1 space. Again, that's SP. If I add those two together, there's 4 decimal spaces if we combine the number of decimal spaces for these two decimal numbers. So what that means, we'll introduce a decimal point on the right side, and it's always on that far right side. And we're going to move it to the left 4 spaces. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 sort of blank leaf. And we'll have to put a 0 here as a placeholder. So the answer, we always put a 0 in front of the decimal if there isn't another number here. Just the convention would be this. And just like we ignore zeros at the beginning like this, we're going to ignore the 0 at the end. You can just write it like this. Now, with significant digits, okay, zeros at the end can have value, but that's another story. But that's an example of multiplying decimals. Any questions? Let me know.